Hello, everybody, and welcome to Voyages of Dusk and Dawn. How is my favorite party doing today?
Oh, I thought this was our day.
This is what he says to us, Rob.
Oh.
Yes, it's just this party. And you are part of this party now, so now you are, once again, part of the favorite party. We have a new player here. This is Rob, who you might recognize from Assassin and Shenanigans and a myriad of other things. And he is going to be our third hireling. Rob, would you like to introduce yourself and tell us who you're playing today?
All right. Well, I mean, you already stole my thunder by telling everybody that I was on Shenanigans, which was the flagship show back in the day. You know, before the files were released and, you know, it had to be phased out. But back in the day, it was big. Assassin. And I am a professional DM, not on the scale that Koibu is, although he did play in one of my campaigns back in the day on his living room floor, old school style.
Did you kill him?
No, but he gave me one of my favorite campaign moments when he accidentally went through a gate to another plane, and I told him that a doppelganger was going to go and replace him, and asked him if he wanted to play the doppelganger and spy on the party, and he was like, "Absolutely."
That sounds pretty great.
Yeah, we played a bunch of 4th edition as well.
Yeah.
With Charlie and those folks. It was a long time ago. And Jesse, was it? The names are starting to bleed away because this was literally 20 years ago. But yeah. So who are you playing today?
I am playing Rune. Rune is an orc. Well, I suppose some people refer to him as a half-orc, because he has human blood, but it's really just half on his grandmother's side. And quarter orc is just clumsy to say. Or quarter human is just clumsy to say.
And
I'm here to do work things. Arrange the kitchen towels.
Is that an orcish stereotype? Arrange kitchen towels?
Have you ever seen an orcish kitchen with unmatched towels, like some sort of college slob?
I actually have not ever seen an orcish kitchen with unmatched towels.
Exactly.
And Hrun here has some stats that are noteworthy. Would you walk us through Hrun's statistics and fighting capability?
Yes, he has 12 charisma, which is really high for an orc. And yeah, I think that's sort of the main thing.
That's nearing the racial maximum, I believe.
That is the racial maximum. I have to pump a lot of points into that.
Anything else noteworthy about his stats?
He's of average intelligence. Maybe slightly better than average perception, and just, you know, average strength and constitution for an orc.
Average strength and constitution for an orc?
Yes.
So that
you don't have to shame me about it. I mean, just sort of average, but I mean.
So 12 strength, because average, you know, half orc minimum is 6 and maximum is 18. So that's 24 divided by 2 should be 12 strength and 14 con. 15 con, if I'm reading these rules right.
I see the confusion. That's for a half orc.
Oh.
Rune calls himself
Quarter
an
human.
orc, so he has 18 constitution and 1886 strength. Thank God for the +1 for half orc to each of those.
Right. Okay. Excellent. And your weapon of choice?
Is the greatsword, because I don't go by second edition two-handed sword.
Mm-hmm. You wouldn't want to use a lesser two-handed sword. We'd prefer the greatest of swords. A tremendous sword,
Exactly.
Some might even say.
Yes. I mean, who wants to use an average sword?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, average is
I'm making
good.
swords
average,
great again.
Average is fine. There's a reason there's an average. Okay.
What are your sets
People
again,
like
Via?
average.
Average on average on average on average. On low end of average, on high end of average.
Oh, come on. You got... Oh, wow. Actually, a lot of these are single digit.
Now I got 3 7s, 7 7 7. That's lucky. That's the reason I'm here. Okay.
I had
I do have 2 single digits, but
It's been so long since I've looked at your stats. It's 9, 14, 7, 8, 7, 7, 14. Oh my god, how are you alive?
Because you're gonna offer me a ring of intelligence, and then I'm gonna turn into a wizard. I'm gonna be the student, Vincent's apprentice. That was where it was all going.
I mean, at least Theodore has a couple of 10s. Yeah, a pair of 8s and a 6 charisma. But oh my god. Okay, cool. So
Hey,
it's
the original premise was, hey, why would Vincent hire any good people? He's gonna hire average to bad people. So I don't want your stats to be very good. That was the original premise.
Was it? I think I said you can determine stats however you want, and most people rolled 3d6, and Run over here was like, what if I use the point buy system? And
yeah. Random chances for suckers.
Well, then really 100 gold a month for your awesomeness is pretty low. You should probably argue for more, really.
well, this is the
You're not
next...
gonna hire finder fee.
I was going to wonder, why is it that someone with such high strength and such high con isn't a warlord themselves of some kind? Why is it that this character is willing to be picked up on a mercenary job like this? Are you in trouble somehow? Are you running from something? Is your int just that low? What's going on?
It's a 9. That's within the normal range.
Yeah, so...
Rune is trying to build his strength to become a worthy chieftain for his clan so that he can return and take his rightful place. I've heard of this intelligent mapper man, and I must learn leadership from him. He's a captain of a ship. Surely such a man must have much to teach me of leadership.
There we go. Okay, you're here to improve yourself. What a refreshing take. Not just a bloodthirsty mercenary. Out for education, responsibility, leadership lessons.
I do thirst for blood. Blood is high in protein. It's got a nice iron flavor.
Okay. And Vincent, what is your reaction when Vea goes out to find you a new hireling and comes back with a 6'11" towering quarter orc with muscles, bulging out of his ears practically?
Big muscle.
Yeah, I visibly play it pretty cool. Let's see. Am I echoing somewhere?
Yeah, I mean, got it.
It's fixed now.
Just a little.
Okay. Where I pander to our new orc, and I'm saying, you wish to be stronger. Well, you've come to the right place. You see, I'm a specialist in casting spells that make people stronger. We may get to heights you have never experienced before. We're going to go on many journeys where you get to prove your greatness.
Excellent. I hope that spell is not one of those that is limited to 1850 strength. It would actually make me weaker.
Did you get the components needed for the improved strength spell? Can't remember.
Not yet, but I do say that is one of these spells I picked up, which means we could go all the way up to Titan strength, apparently.
Sweet.
It's a lot.
So Vea reaches up and grabs the bicep, and then looks at Vincent, and then jumps as high as she can, and reaches up and tries to touch Rune's head. It's like, Captain, did I do good? You see this? Captain, you wanted strength.
You've done real good, Vaya. I cannot believe you found such a wonderful specimen.
And what was that, 25% finder's fee per month? Forever? What was that?
I think
what
we
did we
agreed
agree
on a 10% finder's fee one time.
One time? Okay, all right. Thank you, Captain.
Is that, well, you said 25%. I will give you 25% of my pay. So 25 gold each month.
Wow.
Thank you, Rune. You know, Rune, I think with you as an addition, we will go far.
Well, you've brought me to this intelligent leader, so I may learn how to become a leader myself. I thank you. Thank you for finding him for me.
You are welcome.
Theodore.
I curtsy.
So, just so I understand the strength spell, I think the limit is 19, right? So it could go up to 18 max? 1800?
Yeah, it can't be 19 or more.
Okay.
So that'll be pretty good. You'll very consistently get up to 1800.
Very good.
Excellent. I not even imagine being stronger than I am. It seems inconceivable, like a towel making you too dry.
Come to Colorado. It's possible. Theodore, you're used to being the strong man in the party with your 13 strength. You've been the one that the strength spells have been going on. You've been the party pack mule. Vea may have this, giant glaive, but you've been the muscle. How does it feel to have this thing, this amazing muscular creature, man-orc, come into the party? Do you feel displaced?
I think Theodore's pretty happy to have someone stronger around who can carry a bunch of stuff, because one of the reasons he was sticking with his leather armor is because he needed to carry a bunch of stuff for Vincent. So now that kind of frees him up to take on the chainmail. I guess the thing he's a bit more concerned about is, I guess a half-orc is a little bit... I know he's not so sure about that, but he's definitely too afraid to raise any concerns. And he trusts Vincent to make the right decision, so I think we're gonna quietly be a bit suspicious, but not say anything.
Okay.
There's no reason to be fearful. All these spikes on my studded leather armor are ornamental.
Don't worry, Theodore. Are we at like a pub? Where are we right now? Are we outside? Where did this all happen?
I think it probably happens indoors at a pub at some point.
I bring Theodore over a drink. Theodore, I saw your eyes. Don't worry. I prefer to think of Rune as a quarter human.
You keep shaming me for my human part.
That's a great reassurance there.
Here, why don't we get to know each other over mugs of Virgenbitter? Barkeep, 5 Virgenbitters, and some for these as well. You're going to like this.
A what?
It is now Virgenbitter. You know, the orcish drink. You're gonna love this. It's made from the fermented milk of a direwolf.
The barkeep will come back with. Do you ever go someplace not in the American Southwest, and you order what they call Mexican food? This is what happens. You order this drink, and someone comes back with like a shot of vodka poured in just like regular cow's milk, and hands it to you. And you're like, this is not a taco. This is not. What is this?
This is great. You say this is a specialty in your culture.
This is not true Virgenbitter.
Oh.
True Virgenbitter is often used to thin paint.
Yeah, this is this. I can taste that this is missing that quality. This is just a weak derivative.
It's not Virgin bitter if you don't have to make a Constitution save.
Isn't this what killed the Empress?
Oh god, it's close. They're very closely related. Fermented Minotaur's milk.
Minotaur, yeah.
Yeah.
Fermented Minotaur's milk. The cowboy special.
So our party is going to leave this nameless tavern, and head into the Midlands. We haven't really... What have we told our new companion about our mission? We talked about it just a moment ago off screen, but I'd like a refresher because, fish memory, I can't remember anything. Certainly not for the viewers. What have we told him of his employment here?
When I found Rune, I specifically said that that Vincent was going to be the leader of the Dracissian Empire, and that Rune would be his #1 bodyguard to pledge his blood and life for him, as long as I get a 25% finder's fee. All right.
So I guard his body.
And did anybody else add anything to that?
Yeah, I'll add in a few details. So I'll show Rune the little necklace I wear. Rune, this is a memory stone. This is the most important thing, other than myself. Arguably, the stone is more important than myself. That we need to guard. This thing will recover memories when we travel around the Dardanelles, and that is why we head to the Midlands. Perhaps there are some memories that I will find when we travel around the more inner part of the Empire. As you know, the White Prince has been more active lately after the massive battle of the Dracissian and what's the Verosian fleets. So the White Prince may be more aggressive now. We're trying not to stir up too much trouble in the Midlands, which I feel may be very dangerous. So be on your guard. Oh, and here, take this. I'll throw you a 20-pound pack.
Oh, and this, and I just start heaping stuff into your arms.
What is the mass weight of the pack that you give run?
39.6 pounds. That is okay. Let me know if it's too much.
Oh, that's fine. If you want to put something in it, it's...
Yeah, it's got dagger, bedroll, rations, so on.
Oh, I thought it was
40
empty.
pounds?
This is all your stuff I was schlepping around, by the way.
Ah, you found a bedroll. The closest I could find was a winter blanket on the equipment charts. I had to go for that.
Well, we sail into the Midlands. There were 4 islands we were interested in.
Yeah, so we were aiming for the ones without the ESP
Right.
clerics wandering around.
Right, because those guys are potentially dangerous.
A little bit.
As we sail inward, turning with the ever-turning tide, pulling ourselves in and in and in, the weather is overcast, as it always is in the Dardanelles. Periodic rainstorms come out through this, I think it's April right now? March? Yeah. Periodic rainstorms in April all throughout the area. Fogs set in, but as long as you go with the current, you'll inevitably make your way forward and in, forward and in. Eventually, through the fog, you see a landmass, a towering spire of stone reaching out of the ocean. And this spire of stone seems to have like some old windows carved in it, as if someone like cleared out the central core of it and built a little house in there or something. And upon seeing this little tower of stone, you have a memory come to your mind. It is of Starlight, that first creator. And she sits on a chair, staring into a tall mirror, like a full body length mirror on one of those like little swivel platforms, like something you might use to dress yourself. But instead, she's seated on a chair, elbows on the armrests, fingers clasped together. I don't know if you've ever gotten a full visual of Starlight before. I think you've always
I've not heard the Starlight name often.
Yeah. She also goes by the name Celestra. Celestria? They are the
that's so common.
Yes, they are the same person. You know, different translations of the original Elven, one or the other. I'm going to give you a quick description of her because this is the first time you're getting to see her. She is a full-fledged elf. You know, almost comically stereotypical in appearance. She's got the like long pointy ears that sort of stick out between the golden hair, the soft green eyes, a little like circlet around the head that sits underneath the like well manicured golden hair that hangs down, gentle flowing white robes. Resting behind her, you can see in the mirror, is that staff. You saw her hold the staff that last memory where you were trying to activate the inertial actuator. And across her face, which she looks to be in her 20s or 30s, but knowing elves, she could be ancient. You know, she could be hundreds and hundreds of years old at this point. Across her face is like a line of worry as she holds the memory stone in one hand. I guess I said her fingers were collapsed, so her hands are together around the stone as she looks at herself in the mirror. I'm going to read through what she is speaking to herself as a record, but I think you might realize that this person might be one of the like important elves of times gone past that has helped create the like stereotype of that elven face. She's so quintessentially, like iconically elven, and clearly an important person in history that she might be the reason we define elves in this way so often. But she says aloud to herself in the mirror, "I have heard from Reyna the Enchanter, holder of silver, that Ferris has been spotted on the grounds near the tower at Ferendal. I asked her to check in on the armories and hidden reserve caches to see if they are empty like the others, but those near her are intact. Whoever has been looting the gifts that we have intended for our children has not made it there yet." Like a big long pause. One hand comes off of the crystal and her fingers sort of dance on one another for a minute. "The Great War is not 200 years old yet, and already the people are fighting again. Have they learned nothing? I must go to her, but first I need to check the Midland caches." And this sort of triggers a second memory right away. She is in the same spot. It's almost as if she hasn't moved. Her hair is slightly different. It's like ever so slightly longer. The style has slightly changed. Her robes are still white, but you know, the wrinkles lie in different places. Her staff has moved. Some of the objects on the shelf behind her has moved. The angle of the chair in relation to the mirror has moved. The mirror is ever so slightly tilted. It's clear that some time has passed. And yet she sits more or less in the same and says to herself, "It is as I feared. The treasuries in the Midlands are barren. We have a traitor in our midst. I fear it may be my apprentice, Ishtar the Invoker. He has said now is the time to strike to forge a new empire of our own, like the other holders of silver are doing. He is too hot-tempered. It was a mistake to promote him to Master Invoker, holder of bronze. I must consult with Ark Malcolm the Diviner, holder of silver. He shall help me set things right. And this immediately triggers a third where you are not looking in a mirror. It's still Starlight's presence. It's still her gait. It's still sort of the way she looks around a room. And she's walking into like a grand hall, which you intuitively know, because you're reliving a memory and these things come with it, that you're actually in the Great Tower at the center of the Dardanelles. Except around you, there are bird marks and rubble. Destroyed golems lie upon the floor, and men everywhere are in ruins, in a state. Some of them twisted by fire, some burned by acid, some warped in ways that only magics can do, some splattered upon the walls and viscera. And she whispers to herself, I'm too late. Ishtar has struck. And then the memory ends abruptly. Sometimes when people are recording these memories, they record it for posterity. They come to the end of a thought, they linger for a moment, and you can almost remember yourself being like, I think this is the end. But this has more of the quality of like speaking to yourself, and then you have to drop what you're doing to focus on something else. It cuts off rather fast. And this follows with a fourth memory where you are standing down looking at Starlight's body before you, but it's unrecognizable. It's not burned. It's sort of acidified, melted, charred in different ways, sort of splattered across the place. Her circlet has rolled to one side. Her staff is over there. Golden hairs scattered along the walls. And you're looking down at your hand, actually. And in your hand is the memory stone. And you can remember the thoughts of like, is this how this works? What am I doing with this? I think it's that same sort of everyone's first time picking up the memory stone. You've got hundreds of these, and they're all getting triggered right now, of people picking up the memory stone and trying to figure out how it works as they record their first memories in it. But this time, it's very clearly standing over Starlight's body. And at the same time, you'll recognize the name Starlight and the name Celestria as being the same thing. You'll also recognize a third name associated with this woman, because these are memories. They're not exactly words. They're, it's a little more complicated than that. She also has gone by, to, as far as Ishtar is concerned, the name Divina. So Starlight, Celestria, Divina, all associated with this elven body before you. And then that fades, leaving you standing on the boat as this like tower out of the fog rolls past you, and a large landmass appears before you. One of these Midland islands is arriving. There's a long stone dock that reaches out into the ocean. There's a couple of boats nearby it, but it's more or less not abandoned, but just not very active at this moment in time. You're not 100% sure which island you're arriving at because you've been moving through the fog. You're probably at, if we look at the map, at this second or this third one right here. Yeah. What you got?
I relay all those memories to the crew. As I say, this tower holds monumental history in it. We should observe it. And I also asked for my own memories, do I know when the Great War that was referenced was?
Yeah. You had previously had a memory of gods arriving and talking to people and recruiting them for some sort of war. This must be the war at the end of the Age of Heroes, before the Age of Might. We're currently in the following age after that, Iron. So it's the year 1526 now. So the Age of Iron started 1526 years ago. The Age of Might, when this Great War was, started 1,500 years before that, 1,000 years before that. A lot of records have been lost. A lot of knowledge was lost. in the last 1,500 years, when the world was sort of reshaped and broken apart, and records totally gone, peoples vanished, clerics disappeared from the face of the earth. So this Great War was 3,000 years ago, 2,500 years ago, something like that.
Wow, Davina, she sounds like she would have rolled like a 21 hotness or something. That's off the charts. That's crazy.
I nod as seeing Vaya's interest, I relay all the juicy details about how she looks.
And then she got killed?
So, Captain, she said the treasuries had been robbed, stolen from?
Yes, so if we find any armories in the Midlands, I fear that they will be empty. But it seems like she had a place of study here, that tower, and she is a central key to creating this memory stone, so we should certainly explore that tower thoroughly.
Okay, you can try to turn your ship around and go against the tides here. In the Midlands, the water is quite a bit stronger. On the strength of the slight propulsion your boat gives you alone, you cannot overcome the force of the tides, but you are a skilled sailor. You may be able to tack against the wind. It's a new area. There are rocks abounding. Vision is limited. I'm going to need a seamanship check at -2 to go against the tide here and go back in the direction of the tower that slowly, passes you as you inevitably move forward.
Do you have a seamanship proficiency, Captain?
I do.
Okay.
And before I roll this, I guess I'm not a very experienced sailor. Would it be easier to row into this as a rowboat?
That would help significantly. Maybe? Well, with Run on board, with 18 some bajillion strength, he'd be able to do this without breaking too much of a sweat. Have you ever transferred
I'm a
from...
strong swimmer. If you were to throw me a rope, I could hold it in my teeth while I pull the boat into shore.
Can you swim, Rune? Because that would be a $35
Yes.
findings fee. Oh, okay, all right, I'll up that. I was not aware of that.
Have we ever transformed from ship to boat while standing upon it?
We have not, but it's certainly one of the things I would have experimented with, if you can tell me how that works. I'd have tested with a chicken first.
That's right, the chicken tests of old. I do believe that it does not work. The chicken ended up in some weird extra-dimensional space, and did not end up on the rowboat. Oars do, surprisingly, and you don't know where the oars are in the ship, but the oars appear in rowboat form. So, interesting little bit. But there is this large dock emerging from the fog in front of you. So you can either, tack against the wind, or go dock and then turn it into a rowboat and then row back.
Okay. It sounds like it might be a bit dangerous anyways to sail through here, so let us take the first safe-looking dock, and then we'll transform it into a rowboat.
Yeah, there's a big dock right in front of you. There are a couple of other boats on it. You see a pair of guards wearing, light armor, carrying big shields and spears, standing on the edge of the dock, chatting amongst themselves.
Just kidding. We don't want to dock there. I was hoping to avoid these people. I think we'd probably have practiced this maneuver with the crew, where we jump off the ship, we hold ropes near it, and we turn it into a rowboat and then climb back on.
So we're gonna pull up to the dock. Everyone jumps out.
Pull up so while we're sailing.
They can already see our boat,
At
Captain.
OpenSea, he wants us to jump out and then transform it and then jump back in.
You mean just jump into the water?
Hold a rope.
Hold a rope to tie it to the ship.
That's where they keep the
Wait,
ocean.
how do we know the ropes transform with the boat?
It doesn't matter if
The
it
oars
does or not.
Does everyone in the party have a
So
swimming
does.
proficiency?
No,
Yes.
I only dog paddle.
Does anyone in the party currently wearing armor?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is a problem.
Orange-studded leather.
All right, got it. We'll dock first.
Okay.
Is the White Prince flag flying now?
Absolutely. Flapping. Well, the wind's not particularly strong right now, so it's more like kind of hanging limp with the occasional gust as the fog blows through it.
And I will say
point it out.
Itself is like the last priority place to dock. First, we're just looking for any land that isn't there, and if there's no other choice, we might choose the dock.
There are the area around here is rather rocky. The what would be the beach is just sort of small cliffs, somewhere between 2 to 10 feet tall, and studded with a great many rocks in the area. This dock looks like it's been built out over rocks to reach out into the water to allow a place for boats to land on an otherwise difficult shore.
Captain, I think we could probably just dock, and if it seems like it's trouble, like they're asking for our magic, we could just attack and then leave, or just leave before we attack. That's my opinion.
The mind reading that brings you fear.
The magic mind readers.
Concerning, but we will risk it. All right, let us dock.
If they try, I shall merely think incredibly fierce thoughts such as will give them pause, and then you can all strike while they quake.
No,
The thoughts are so fearsome.
You pull the boat up towards the dock. Would everybody in the party please roll me a D100? Not a D100, a perception check. 1, 23, 11. Vincent's very focused on what's coming.
So just basically clicking the
PCP button.
perception button?
That's the one. 22. Vincent's very focused on what's happening. The rest of the party notices at the edge, off to the side, sort of landing at the end of the pier, on the inland section where the pier attaches to land, just where this town begins to start, is a griffin with a rider upon it.
Captain, a griffin. Captain.
Oh no. Not one of those. One of those attacked us earlier, I explained to the orc. We'll try to go diplomatically first, but prepare for the worst. And we pull up to dock.
Rune, are you
We have a
strong
fight.
enough to use me as a weapon? Like, you hold my feet, I hold my glaive, and you swing me, and I hold the glaive. I feel like we could get a plus for that.
Yes, this technique is often used among the orcs.
You could extend
Smart.
the reach of the glaive, but you would have incredible penalties. Incredible penalties on every attack. The party pulls up to the dock. And as you do so, and as the party disembarks, you are set upon by some group who is waiting for you. Out of the tiny little hut that sits on the dock that might serve as a quartermaster's room or just a place to get shelter from the weather, emerges another pair of guards, as well as a woman with red hair, shining plate armor, a glistening golden sword, a giant helm over her head.
Oh my god. We were
And-
told this was on a very important island.
And
Theodore, what have you done?
they don't look like they're ready to have a conversation. Everybody, roll me initiative.
What do we do, Captain?
Take the.
You roll me
sail away.
initiative.
No, too late. No, Captain, what do we do?
We're
Let's
going
fight
to
to give
fight
them
here.
find the initiative button here?
If you click your
Combat.
token in the upper left-hand corner, there should be. Oh, well, yeah, you could go to the combat tab on your character sheet and click the initiative button next to your weapon
Alright.
or your token in the upper left-hand corner, and there should be like an initiative 8.initiative weapon 1 or 0.initiative variable. There's some buttons. You can just roll a d10 and add the numbers. We can do whatever.
Okay, Neal, I just changed glaive to magic glaive, but I didn't change any of the numbers. I just changed
Okay.
the name.
Done. Theodore got 5. Vincent rolled in with enlarge. Oh, that's gonna be horrifying.
I know my
And
AC
magic-
is 19, but the token says.
Yes.
16.
I will update that for us.
Can magic weapons,
No,
do they have a
Yeah, we-
faster speed or they have any impact on speed?
that is an optional
said we-
rule that we are not
You
using.
did. You did say we're not. You did say.
Did I say we are using it? I can't remember.
Yeah.
I can't remember
I
any of
have
the
the
rulings.
Discord logs now.
You said we are
Can I
using
bring them
that, but
out?
we
Alright.
aren't using the.
No, go ahead. Take the initiative
Armor
bonus.
one.
Take the initiative bonus.
So it's like a
we think
minus.
it's 3,
Okay.
but we don't know.
So
Yeah, it's 3.
14 maybe.
Okay.
Well, then I have to adjust her initiative as well.
So I should change it from speed 9 to 6 for next time.
Yes. And
Okay.
one
I'm sure
more.
some people find this part very interesting. So
The stats?
I
Absolutely.
do. I do. Yes, I do. You know.
Mm-hmm. And then actually this should just be excellent. All right, Theodore, first to act.
Theo.
I step up, sizing up this spearman in front of me.
You know what? He's just got a shield and some like light clothing on. The Dardennes are hot. If you're going to be hanging out guarding something all day next to the ocean, you don't want heavy armor. It's going to be huge pain. You're going to sweat and overheat. This person is built for this local climate. Light armor, just the shield and the spear.
Okay.
Hawaiian shirt. Good.
Well, I swing my sword at him with a 28.
Oh my gods. Where are you getting a +4? Oh, is it 3 for mastery and
2 for specialization, 1 for magic, 1 for gloves of war.
Wait, but-
More.
Oh wait, what am I?
you've got this is too much
Like,
here. You
that's
shouldn't
wrong,
have +10. 3 for level,
Yeah,
1 for
you're right.
war,
Something's wrong.
1 for specialization. Your 2 hit on the weapon should just be +1 plus.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah,
You've
yeah. I didn't realize that wasn't also taking into account the stuff.
Right. Actually, it should be 2 here. 1 for the weapon, 1 for the specialization. Right. So total bonus of 6. So it's still a 24. It's still a critical hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, one from the weapon, 1 from specialization, and also 1 from war.
Yeah, but
Gloves of
that's
war.
on your hit adjust.
Oh, that's already in. Okay,
pink
gotcha.
box. Yeah.
Okay.
So 24 is a critical hit. Please roll me double damage versus your enemy.
Okay. Just the die is doubled, right?
Correct. 12 is
damage.
enough to slit this person's throat open wide as they drop to the ground dead before they have a chance to raise their arms too high.
We have a
Or ne-
rune doppelganger.
Ooh, there are 2 runes. Which one rolled in? That one. This one then.
Oh, I thought that was a new spell.
This guardian leaps to the attack, comes right up against you, spear out, thrusts it in your direction. 8 to hit is a wild miss. Vincent.
Right. Seeing the big great sword that Ruin holds, I think it would be a good target to be enlarged. I cast enlarge on the orc in front of me. You grow 70% larger.
Huge.
Your adjusted damage roll will be multiplied by 1.7.
Nice.
Before strength is added.
Prun stands almost 12 feet tall, towering well above everyone around him.
I look up. Oh my god.
The guardian who's up next is ready to
And-
jump into the fight.
Also, very lamely, I will offer to the lady, we come in peace?
Let me make this orc 12 feet tall. We come in peace. It's a lovely attempt. The guardian over here, who was about to jump into the fray, has to make a morale check. He's a lawful creature. This
That
is
big
his
quarter
job.
human.
He's got Lady Goldmane. He's got Arc Noster on his side. He has the might of the gods. And yet he is but a mortal man. And the 12-foot tall orc scares the ever-living daylight out of him. Luckily, Vaya is the one he has to engage, so he can step forward and attack her. Because, hey, I don't have to fight the big orc. It's going to be all right. He thrusts. It's a 6. It's a wild miss. Arc Noster hurries from town as far as he can get and comes closer to the docks. Lady Goldmane sees these creatures before her, and she says, "In the name of our Lord, the White Prince, lay down your arms and hand over your treasures, or I shall smite thee." And, finishing off the words, she takes her arming sword in one hand and will slash in the direction of the massive orc. With a 14 to hit? I'm sorry, I clicked Hrun's attack, not her attack. A 14 to hit for 8 points of damage against Hrun.
That did hurt. I've only got 20 HP.
It's your turn, buddy. This paltry human has brought you down to half HP practically, but you've never been so big. Surely we could ignore her plus 10 to hit on her attack roll and just smite her.
All right. First off, it's a plus D4 to strength.
No,
Is that?
it's
from the
70% extra damage on the D10 that you roll from enlarge.
Oh, okay. I thought he said it was a plus D4 for strength.
No, that's the
But it's just the damage.
5e adjustments.
Okay. All right. I look down and says, "This all you brought to face us? This is an insult." I turn to one of the people that isn't engaged yet. "You, go find more." And I will strike at the lady who struck me.
The woman in the golden
I
armor.
was well struck. I like people to feel they are doing well before I kill them.
19, your greatsword comes straight down on top of her, and she raises her shield at a nice, gentle incline, and your sword glides off of her, slamming into the ground, breaking stone and sending sparks everywhere.
Is she wearing plate?
She's wearing plate mail with a shield, and a pair of rings on her fingers.
Oh my god.
Rune, pick her up and throw her into the water.
The nearby
That's a good
guardian also has to make himself a morale check because he's actually staring down the giant half orc. And you told him to go get more guards, and it's a great idea. It's a great idea. He withdraws and backs up, saying, "Lady Goldmane, I'm getting reinforcements. They're so big. There's so many." And backs up. I don't think he can actually go 60 feet. He can go 30 feet. No, 40 feet. There we go. Via.
Attack the guy that attacked me.
Beautiful hit. Your glaive rips through this man's weak armor.
Nice.
Oh my god. It's incredible damage. He almost dies to a single blow as you break open the armor, break open the flesh and the ribs underneath, and send him sprawling.
Were there any pluses to that, like to damage?
You have a plus. Oh, is that +3 just from your mastery?
I think so, yeah. I haven't touched any of the numbers for the new glaive.
Oh, yeah,
Nice.
it's +3 to hit and damage. So you actually eviscerate the poor man. He dies on the spot.
Should I change the numbers or not yet?
Yes.
Because we don't know, or you just told me?
I just told
So-
you. Yeah. It's
So
6
to
to
hit would be 6 now?
Yeah.
And 6 to damage, or?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Lady Goldmane gets a second attack this round because she gets 2 attacks per round. And
my God.
she will slice at Hrun with a 23 to hit
Oh.
Oh.
for 7 points of damage.
Still up, but not great.
Does anyone else get second attacks this round? I don't think so. Ferris?
No.
Bueller? No.
I'll get a second attack in the second round. I
In
have
the second round.
1.5 attacks per round.
Right. Okay, everybody. Initiative time.
There's a spellcaster captain. I point down here.
That's very bad for us. We'll need to focus on that spellcaster soon.
What about her? Old person?
This one's very important. Yes, I agree.
Okay.
Is it like a video game where if you attack someone who's held, they become unheld, or that doesn't
No.
have any effect?
No, absolutely
Right.
not.
Yeah. That's how we killed the Griffin. Oh my god, y'all, I rolled a 9. This is game changing.
Do I have a general knowledge base on if spellcasters or fighters are more resistant to being paralyzed?
Ooh, paralyzation, poison, and death magic is the save that they need to make against a hold person spell.
Oh, I
And-
guess maybe it's a spell? I'm not sure which saving throw gets thrown against old person.
Yeah, it's going to be paralyzation, poison, death magic. Clerics usually have the best saves, followed by fighters, followed by rogues, and then followed by wizards. Wizards usually have the worst save against that. But it depends on their levels because they don't progress evenly.
Right.
Yeah.
Good to know.
I should just pick.
The captain, jump onto the dock. I look over at the at Lady Goldmane and say, "Remember the chicken."
Sure thing, Hearn. Oh my god.
That's pretty smart.
I have to roll initiative for the wizard, but I haven't decided what he's doing yet because they're complicated.
It's me. Skips his turn.
No.
Peeing your pants is a free action.
In addition to peeing his pants, he's going to roll in for a spell.
Oh boy.
It's such a broken spell.
It is.
You know, I feel bad when my NPCs have strong spells that destroy people. It hurts my heart. Vincent,
Sure.
you go first.
Good thing. Good thing I'm so fast. I'll turn at that approaching wizard and cast a hold person spell at him.
The range is 360 feet. It's a great range. He's well within range, and you do go before he gets his magic missile off, which is fantastic because the magic missile does 4d4 plus 4 damage. He will make a saving throw.
Oh.
Your hold
There's no
person.
penalties, right, for hold person?
I'll hop off the boat as I finish casting the spell.
Lady Goldmane takes her turn. She attacks Run. It's a 16 for 6 points of damage. Our
One
great
left, I think.
warrior
Let's see. Oh no, I have 5. I had 5. I'm down.
tumbles to the ground. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. The boom. He hits the ground. Arc Noster points a finger in the direction of Vincent and casts Magic Missile. 4d4 plus 4 points of damage. 16 rips into you.
I'm wearing that ring of warding and protection if it does anything.
Oh, did you put it on for this encounter? I know often you leave it off.
Yes, I decided to change my tactic and default have it on. And I'll take it off during the lulls.
Now, I gotta look up what the ring of warding, protection and warding does. It's been so long. I know we've had it on us, but we haven't used it, and so I've forgotten its abilities. Ring of protection and warding. It's in one of these books over here.
I believe it blocks magic missiles and allows the wearer to revive one fallen comrade.
Per magic missile? I think that's right. Yeah. I think so. Ring of warding. I'm just going to double check, Better to be safe than sorry.
It's okay. Vincent was practicing the potion enema, so we've got backup plans.
This ring prevents any one physical attack each round from reaching the wearer, but costs 1 charge. 2 if the attacker was using a magic weapon. It has a maximum of 20 charges. The ring may simply deflect an attack towards another character in the case of very powerful opposing magic. This is not a physical attack. This is a magical attack. It has no value here.
Okay, that was very painful.
That was very painful. Theodore.
Okay, I see this remaining spearman in front of me, and I swing my arming sword at him. Nat 20.
Oh my god. Yes. Critical hit once again.
13 damage.
An insta-gib. Once again, another creature felled before you. You look around at the docks, Theodore. There's no more minions left. Your mighty Hrun, powerful man that he is, was felled low by this warrior, this paladin, this woman with golden armor, and, who can see the magic in the air and all that jazz, probably. Do you feel the need to surrender?
No, I strafe and want to circle around behind her. She turns to face, or
She
Nice.
does not.
Nice. Oh.
The Guardian here runs back. I'll get help! I'll get help! He runs. He shouts. Those of you native to these islands know that this man will
not be getting help.
No.
even if he does get help, he has failed in his duty, and there are steep punishments for cowardice and for failing to uphold the order, unless somehow his getting help saves the day, in which case, obviously, he'll be rewarded. But in the meantime, it's probably not great for him. He's off the map. Via.
Okay, I attack that captain girl in the gold.
Natural one.
I go in, I'm screaming at her, ah, and then just my magic glaive just ding against her chest, and then she's just like, what? Get out of here.
And shakes. Hrun, the mighty, is unconscious. The warrior
come in with a second attack.
Yeah, she's just gonna attack Via. It's a critical hit for 5 plus 1d8 damage for 8 points. It's not much, Via. That's her second attack. I do believe Via gets a second attack and Theodore gets a second attack this round, though.
Yep, I attack her from behind.
Mm-hmm.
22. She has no shield.
No shield. It hits.
Oh, baby.
26.
It hits.
9 damage.
18! 6.
Find your perfect tax expert.
-9.
Rune, we're gonna save
Wait,
you.
who's the
Run.
tax expert? What? I'm hearing tax
No,
expert.
but I was trying to pull up my the tab and it opened up and started autoplay.
It's that time of year.
It is.
Sorry
do you
for that.
really do 2d6 plus 6 damage? That's incredible.
I mean, you tell.
Big glaive. Big roll.
All right. There it is. That's the 9 plus 18 damage to
Oh
her.
my god.
That's unreal.
Your attacks are
27 in one
unreal.
round. Sweet.
Very good start.
No, yeah, I'm not complaining. That was good. Good job. She's just difficult. I love it.
She's not gonna die here to this battle. This is no good.
She might.
Initiative. We do have a second magic missile memorized. It's a great spell to use. But does he need to save it for a more difficult occasion? This fight is sort of wrapping up. He has other options available. You know? What's the range on? 60 yards? Well within range. No. 60 feet, not good enough. 60 yards, no. This is the one, it's been so long since I've read this spell. +1 per level. It's 30 square feet. No, I think we just magic missile. I think that's fine. Arc Noster on the 2 on the initiative roll.
Oh no.
Yeah, you can't let Lady Goldmane die. And if she just took half her damage in a single round, we just need to get one of these little mobs off of her. Probably the one that did the most damage last round. That glaive looks nasty. So Via, please take 4d4 plus 4 damage. It's exactly your remaining HP.
Why? No.
Excellent. Vincent, it's your turn.
I'll magic missile Lady Goldmane.
Lady Goldmane? Mm-hmm.
Take this.
It ain't nothing. That's good. 14 points of damage will drop her to less than half her HP. Nearing a third, maybe? A little more? It's a lot. Lady Goldmane.
I'm
Oh, yeah?
gonna take my 5-foot action and, let's see.
You
Jump off the dock.
into the water?
Yeah, it seems like a good idea.
Not into the boat, but into
Oh,
the
no.
sea.
No, Captain.
No, you're
Put me in the
you're killing
boat.
all of us.
I guess the boat's a better idea, yes. There,
Take me with you.
I'm sticking in the water.
Forget by looking at the boat that there is cover in the boat.
Oh, yeah. Lots of cover in the boat. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Lady Goldmane. Go ahead, Vea.
You don't take a second to drag me. I'm so light. You don't take a second to drag
That's
me
an
in the boat.
action.
I weigh basically nothing.
You don't weigh basically nothing.
Basically.
Lady
You taught me to read.
Goldmane steps into the building.
Attack of opportunity.
She hasn't left her threatening reach, or if she did, she like went behind a wall. She's not backing away. It's a legit move. She steps into the building and lays some hands on herself and regains a bunch of HP.
Oh no. Oh my god.
Hold the door closed.
Theodore.
Lock her in.
Captain, what do we do?
Theodore, we're outmatched.
Take me with you, Theo. Take
Ah,
the glaive.
I guess I disengage,
Yeah.
and I want to get in the boat.
Yeah. The two of you hop into the boat. You haven't even had time to properly anchor the boat to the dock. You got here, you started to get out real quickly, and they were on you before anything. So the boat is like starting to drift away from the dock or bounce towards it. It's a 50-50 chance. It's probably closer to 70-30. Yeah, the boat is sort of slightly drifted away from the dock, but it's only been 2 minutes. I don't think it's gone far enough that you need any sort of check to get into the boat from here. Like
Yeah,
Vincent.
look at Theodore's armor. What are you wearing, Theodore?
Chain.
Chain. You shouldn't go on the boat. Jump overboard, I advise. You don't want to be on the boat when it transforms into a box.
A box, but we need to sail out there, Captain.
You don't want to be on this boat.
Captain, Captain, Captain.
I guess I jump. Can I jump back on the dock?
Sure.
Save the day.
I can't go in the water, I'll drown.
You leap onto the boat. The captain tells you to get off of his boat. You get off of his boat.
He sails away.
Where's he trolling me? Is he gonna leave me?
Initiative.
I
Put it into a
mean,
box and then throw it on the hut that she's in. And turn it back into a big boat.
what am I?
Well, charge at the guy.
I guess, can I roll initiative for movement?
Of course.
And I guess I declare a parry with my shield.
Ooh.
Can I do that?
Yes, you can declare a parry. That gives you parry, defense. AC buff of half your level, +1 because you're a warrior. No movement except for 5-foot step.
Oh, sorry, I meant... Let me check, what's it called? Is it not called a parry? Sorry, a block.
Ah, a block. Okay,
Yes.
excellent.
They might take it easy on you if you surrender, I recommend.
Oh, wait, your bro's leaving me.
Is the door open in or out to the hut? Maybe you can hold her in.
The door opens out.
So you could definitely hold her in then.
Interesting. I believe most unfortunate. Is this really what we're doing? A wizard, he just has everyday spells. He didn't prepare a full combat list. He's got all this stuff that's useless in combat, like ESP and Dispelled Magic and Clairvoyance. These are not good combat spells. And his light variant doesn't even blind people. He's got a different type of light. We've got got one
got?
thing we could do, but we don't want to destroy the boat. I don't think Summon Swarm is the right spell to use right now, so he's going to roll in that. I'm dropping 2 of you off of the list. Arknoster goes first, takes a defensive stance on the dock down the way, looking ready just to see what's going to happen. Lady Goldmane rolls a 5 on her initiative. She steps out of the hut. She turns to face Theodore. She says, "Lay down your arms or die." She walks over Vaya's body and swipes at you with her sword. Whoosh. Now, you get a block,
Yeah.
but you got to roll.
So
I think
yeah.
you essentially have to roll a 20 at this point, right?
I think I think I'm not sure if even with a 20 if I get it. Let me read it.
Because the default rules are written using the THACO system, which we have inverted.
Yeah.
And I have rules somewhere.
So block. So I make an attack roll against AC 4, so meaning AC 16.
16. Mm-hmm.
Opponent makes an attack roll against my AC. The strike is blocked if the character succeeds with a lower roll.
So
than the
higher.
enemy succeeded with.
Right. So I think in this way, if you succeed with a higher roll than they.
If I roll a 20.
Right, you're going to need
Well,
a
she
20.
also rolled a 20?
She rolled a 19 plus 10.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. It's green because she
Because it's
crits
18 or
on
greater, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm just going to roll a d20.
Oh my god! You block her attack. And that's your turn.
Wow.
What? It's hard.
Vincent.
Nice whip.
I'll cast Fly on myself, but I don't go off flying. I'll just do that and then go a little bit deeper into the boat.
Yeah, now you are within the boat, in that narrow passage on the inside, out of sight of the enemy. They cannot target you with spells. Lady Goldmane gets a second attack. Just gonna move Vaya for just a moment. It's only a 15 this time. It clatters harmlessly off of your shield. You have 19 AC, not 18, right? I think I gave you
Yeah,
the
I don't
wrong
know why
token.
it's saying that.
There we go.
Okay, cool.
Excellent. That's this round.
Captain!
The guy getting help. I actually have to start rolling dice. Maybe he does get help. How long does it take to gather reinforcements? You got to run into town. You got to say, hey, find where the people are. They could be a little bit away. You got to tell them to get their shit together. They probably need a round to get their shit together. If you're actually just running, and not like combat walking, you can do 240 yards in a round. It's enough to get into town. Tell people. That was last round. So this round, everyone in town who he might be getting is gathering their stuff. And next round, they should all be running back. So ignore him for this round. And I think it's just the 2 of you. I think Arknoster is waiting because his combat spells are limited.
Or he could be gathering his valuables, trying to find a passport with a fake name, and
That's
they'll
true.
be looking to live a new life.
That's true. Let me roll a D1000 to see if that's what's going to happen.
Come on, 1.
Oh, so close. Yeah, Lady Goldmane just rolls for initiative. Nope, initiative, not the attack roll. Thank you. Are you parrying again, Theodore? Blocking again?
You can come on now, Theodore. I shout out to you.
Okay, I guess I'm.
Maybe we'll just sail
disengaging.
off.
Should I just roll a
Captain.
+3?
Captain, no.
Whatever you want. If you're moving,
That's
plus
great.
3, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Excellent. Now, this is a disengage, absolutely. Onto
Yep.
the boat, not a problem. Doesn't provoke an attack of opportunity. Vincent, you're just chilling inside the boat? Oh, you're rolling at a 10. Okay, so you go now. What are you doing, Vincent?
Let's see.
Should we get this boat moving?
How do you start a boat? Like,
Well, your magic boat, if you sit at the helm where the wheel is, has a little bit of automatic propulsion. Otherwise, you have to, raise up the sails or put out the oars or something like that. And your sails, as you came into park, you sort of lower them to lose your momentum, so you sort of like glide into the right place, hopefully. Maybe even throw a rope to sort of tie yourself, not all the way to the dock, but enough to slow your movement towards it, but you didn't have time to fully finish tying it off. So, raising the sails takes a little bit of while, but your boat does have a little bit of magic propulsion behind it. I think it's got like movement rate 3 when you're behind the wheel. So you just need to get up there and grab the wheel and spin it and motivate it.
okay. I'll get up there. I'll start spinning it up, and hopefully we can make a slow getaway. I'll shout out to Lady Goldmane. We apologize. We didn't mean for hostilities.
Lady Goldmane on her turn. She's not suicidal. She's not throwing herself onto the boat. If she fails, she falls in the water and she drowns. It's a dumb idea. But she knows there's a wizard there. That could be bad. Magic missiles, fireballs, all sorts of dangerous stuff. So she's going to do the only intelligent thing and come back inside the hut. And there's like a little window here, which will provide certainly some protection from a fireball. I'd give her pretty big bonuses on her saves, maybe even half damage on a failed save. And she will watch from within the little hut as the boat begins to take off.
Can we roll a D100 to see if Theo can lasso something around me and just pull me away?
I sadly have no lasso.
They might bring me back alive to question me.
Hold on.
Did I
Gry,
flip to the I'm dead screen?
so soon. Griffin, people, spellcaster, movement rate 3 is going to be 30 feet, so you guys are like off there, which puts you 125 away.
Oh god, is this guy gonna like fireball us?
Well, the thing is, you have clearly a magic bow, and a dummy will be there getting away, let's just destroy them. That's an idiot's perspective, though. You see a magic boat, you don't want to destroy the magic boat, you want the magic boat. You don't fireball the criminal who's getting away with the sack of cash paper money. You destroy the paper money, right?
But if they're gonna get away,
Well, I mean, get away for now. The long reach of the law is quite long. 30 yards is 90 feet. Oh no, I think you guys are just outside. You were just outside of the range of Avard's black tentacles. He should have done it last round.
Oh my god.
oh god.
No. I think part of the party will begin to sail away. And as the party leaves range, the paladin will come over here, and Prun has been slowly bleeding to death, but being a paladin and a good person, will stop Prun's bleeding, because we need to question the half-orc, quarter human, three-quarter orc, the orc, the big, tall orc, big, tall, strong orc, and will inevitably bind Vaya's wounds as well for the questioning and strip them of their gear. And normally when in this campaign, when it's clear that people are leaving the show, it's because they've died. It's also not an hour after they have joined the campaign. That's the first time. That's some shenanigan stuff right there.
Indeed.
So instead of giving you guys your normal death scene where you wake up on a beach, getting to talk to the Grim Reaper and explore some things, why don't we just take a moment? This is only mildly awkward. and have you guys be questioned at a later point in time when it is that you wake up, when the paladin uses a little bit of her lay on hands to bring you each to one after your spells have been worn off and your gear has been taken away from you and you've been appropriately chained and restrained, if they can even find chains to restrain Hrun. Maybe it's just a lot of ropes. Like a lot of ropes. The two of you will be given just a touch of healing in a nice, safe place. And side by side, the two of you will awaken in some semblance of a prison. Standing before you is the wounded but still very much alive Lady Goldmane. She's not wearing her shield anymore. Beside her is the Arc Noster. Lady Goldmane will introduce herself and the wizard. There is also a cleric who shows up, a Bishop Cyrus, and then some miscellaneous unnamed guards. HP, cleric of a stair.
Rune, can you bend the bars?
Ropes. Didn't say anything about bending ropes, which I think ropes do anyway.
Bend the ropes.
Theodore, you didn't tell me a paladin was guarding this backwater island.
I didn't know. I thought we were going to just the islands without the Inquisitors.
We were.
That was the goal. But
Maybe the White Prince, maybe something changed. Maybe the White Prince now controls all of these islands.
Within the dungeons are two characters awake. 3 mighty warriors plus a handful of miscellaneous guards at a distance stand before you. Lady Goldmane introduces herself. I am Lady Goldmane, Paladin of the White Prince, protector of these lands. This is Arc Noster, one of our great wizards. And this over here is Bishop Cyrus, a cleric of a stair. Bishop Cyrus holds onto a medallion around his neck. He says, I can read your minds if I must, but I would prefer to speak honestly. What is that boat you were on?
Lady Goldmane, it was an honor to be defeated by you. Well fought.
You fought well, Orc.
Thank you. I get tired of all those people saying half-orc.
They do not respect you. I will show you respect and honor as long as you show me yours.
It was a boat,
Nothing.
or was it a boat, or was it more than a ship? It was more of like a ship. I guess we were on this boat that was more like a ship, and then we were on this path, and this path was more like the wind, and then we weren't on it, and then you attacked us out of nowhere, and
From what I understand, it's either a boat, whether it's a boat or a ship depends on which way it leans in a turn.
it's a schooner. Scooter.
Whose vessel is that?
I never saw the registration.
Do you wish to mince words with me?
Oh, sorry, that boat. That vessel. I thought you were talking about the other one. It's our captain's boat. His name was Vincent. I guess he left me, so I should have no allegiance, but I feel some allegiance.
You don't feel allegiance to your liege lord, White Prince of Astaire, ruler and leader of the Dardennes?
I'm from Stromheim. This is my first day in the Dardennes. We just got here. Didn't know anything. I was hired. He was supposed to be an emissary of Drekis or something. We were here on a diplomatic thing. I was just paid as a bodyguard and y'all attacked us. I don't.
The
You
paladin
attacked diplomats.
kneels by the half-orc. Is what she says the truth? This is your first day in the Dardanelles?
Well, the first day on the boat.
Are you also from Stromheim? In Drekis, far beyond the seas?
I had but 20 years of life, but despite that, I have memories of different places, different lives. I remember riding a direwolf through the jungles of Yasha. I remember a place of legend that is known only in a Drakesian drinking song, which they tell me it's a made-up story. It's non-canon, but I remember the people in that song.
See. It's unfortunate.
It's a good song. I can sing it for you if you like.
No, thank you.
Are you sure? It's a great drinking song.
I was hoping the two of you would be cooperative.
Have I been anything but?
I'm sorry, I'm scared. I have a headache. You attacked me. I'm scared of the
Yes.
ocean. I might drown.
Well, will you tell me who owns that boat and what their purpose is? Plainly, without dancing around the subject. We have
It's
His name is
other...
Mapper, and he maps.
Thank you.
That's why he's here. To map.
Yeah. Our captain, he's just a mapper. We've just come to. We had a very basic map of the inner islands with like basically no islands on it, and we were trying to fill that out for the Drakesian Empire, just so that we had better maps. Again, I'm not Drakesian. I was just hired.
He
And then y'all
wields
attacked me.
his intellect to slay ignorance and gather a hoard of information.
The wizard looks to the others. They are spies. I knew it.
Spy? No, he makes maps.
The paladin, still kneeling, says to Vaya, what is it that you want? This can go many, many ways. What do you foresee as the best outcome for yourself?
The ocean is really just like a metaphor for chaos, and I have just been drowning in the chaos, and I think I need some order. Hopefully that order isn't, a rope or, a dagger or a blade through the neck. Hopefully that order is you hired me to be a soldier, and I continue to use that fancy glaive, and I protect the White Prince. After years of, training, I have to maybe send me to the inner islands to some boot camps for the soldiers. I don't want to die.
Lady Goldmane.
My captain left me. I can read. I have a glaive mastery. I could be useful.
You wish to have order, says Bishop
Not death.
Cyrus.
Not death.
No, not death, but order. We can turn you into an orderly creature. You shall
Like with magic? No.
serve. You shall not die. You shall be exactly as you have requested. He
It feels
pulls
like you're a
out
genie. That's not
a
true.
cube, little cube of hard steel. He asks you to reach out your hand. This is symbolic of you accepting a spell that he's going to cast upon you. You can, of course, resist it and be granted a saving throw. But he's offering you your life right now in an orderly fashion.
Oh, what's the catch? I don't know the catch.
You don't know the catch.
Well, live to die another day. I reach out my hand, I guess.
He drops a compulsive order spell upon you. Its duration is permanent. The victim is compelled to place everything he encounters into perfect order. If he discovers treasure, he divides it into tidy piles or containers of silver, gold, and copper. He's reluctant to enter a dungeon because it's a messy place, but once inside, he's obsessed with cleaning it. A character under the power of the spell will sweep dirt from a dungeon corridors into neat piles, arrange the corpses of a defeated orc band according to size, dash forward to remove a bit of lint from clothing, and insist that the party organize themselves alphabetically, then by size, then by age. While the spell does not affect a character's abilities, the overwhelming desire for order impairs the character's usefulness in most adventures. When a character afflicted by the spell attempts to undertake a new event, begin a battle, haggle with a merchant, the player must rationalize the action on the basis of his compulsion for order. Thus, the character cannot simply attack a goblin. He must announce a condition, such as attacking the tallest goblin and fighting his way down according to size. Once stated, the character must follow through with this plan. If the player cannot conceive of a rationale for his character's behavior, the character is forced to delay his actions for 1d6 rounds. With the time spent in preparation for the subsequent action, the character spends time arranging spell components artistically, deciding how to hold his sword, cleaning his weapon, etc. Anyone affected by compulsive order may become violent if he's prevented from being neat. He will do what he must to make the world around him more orderly. If he is allowed to organize his surroundings, he will quickly calm down again. The victim will constantly petition the people around him to be neat and organized. The victim is allowed a saving throw, but you chose not to. You will now work for the White Prince and help us order the world. And Lady Goldmane
Thank you so much.
looks to Hrun. And what do you envision as the ideal outcome of this encounter?
I would enjoy a tall mug of ale with a fellow warrior and boast together of our deeds until late in the evening with the fireside of a pub, and then part ways to go forge new ones.
Will you tell me everything you know about that vessel and the man upon it?
Sure. I've been there one day.
Damn it. Do you seek to wage
Yay Hall.
Do you seek to wage war on my people?
No. We just came to make maps. I don't know why you think that's spying. This island is right out in the middle. Anyone sailing by can see it. It's like drawing a picture of it. So we can find it later, so we don't get lost.
The wizard says, this creature lies through his teeth. The cleric says, I'm not sure about that. And Lady Goldmane says, I think he believes what he is saying. She turns to Vea, who is now realizing the dungeon is actually not that neat, and it's maybe starting to, tickle your spine that, there's some, old bones over there, and these walls haven't been power washed in a long time, and, there's little bits of moss and mold growing everywhere, and I think the agitation is building inside of you. And Lady Goldmane says to you, how long has this orc been with your party?
I start organizing the bones, and I just start ranting. Okay, all right. So this bone is longer than this bone, which is longer than... No, this bone is actually the biggest bone, and then we have this bone, and then... Oh, that orc would have a very big bones. Should I compare the orc bones to this bones? The bones are in the orc body. Oh, I need a broom.
Is that how you want to organize them, or by where they go? The leg bones connected to the knee bone. The knee bones connected to the thigh bone.
Is this the thigh bone or is this the knee bone?
The paladin undoes the orc's ties. She asks some of her guards to follow with her, and she will lead you out of the dungeon and have a nice long chat about everything you know about the party. Unfortunately, you just met the party. It's been probably more than a day because it takes a little while to sail between the islands, but you did just meet the party. You know about his memory stone. Do you tell her about the memory stone? She wants to know everything about him.
Did he tell me about the memory stone?
Oh, yeah. He said it was the most important thing.
No one has said to me, "Hey, this is a memory stone.
He
It
said
lets me remember these things."
He did. And
Did
then he had a memory and he shared it with the crew. Remember that tower and the elf woman? Was Run not paying attention during that? I think Run heard all that.
Oh, I didn't know he told us about it.
Yeah, he said
or
this
that
stone
I
is
would
the
know
most.
It was a memory stone and not just a thing he remembered.
He said this stone is the most important thing. It might even be more important than me. We have to protect it. It has memories that we're using to go around and figure things out.
I think that's an int check, right? We need an int check. Do you remember those?
Said he.
He just joined the crew. It's the only thing he's
He
been
had a
told.
stone. It had very small writing on it, I believe. He used it as a diary.
Excellent. Well, I think that's enough. She will, after hearing everything you say, put you on a small boat and send you back to whatever island you came from, as long as you promise to not return to the Midlands again without, some sort of
Alright.
invitation.
Can I row after these guys?
Oh, no, dude, she doesn't let you go for days. There's much conversation to be had. I am...
Oh, well, in that case, do they tie me up afterwards? Put me in a cell?
You promised, you said that you would just have a conversation in an ale. She sits down with a conversation ale. She keeps her plate mail on. She keeps her sword near her. She keeps bodyguards near her, but she doesn't carry her shield. And
But
she
I mean,
has
each night.
Oh, each night.
There's gonna be days.
Yes, there will be. It's not so much a dungeon cell. It's more of guest quarters that lock from the outside with a guard posted on the door. Above ground.
Okay. Just a house with a guard outside, or what?
That's part
What
of
is
a small, very small, centralized fortress. Can't be more than 5,000 square feet. Has 2 or 3 guest rooms with locks on the outside. Well, I guess the locks go to the inside as well, but only they have the key. So,
Where is Vaya?
oh, you haven't seen her. She's still in the dungeon somewhere. Or maybe they let her out. Once they separated the two of you, they didn't talk about her again.
Does this room have windows? This is a guest house.
It has an arrow loop that you are too big to fit through, but can view the outside and lets light through.
I would want to escape and get Vaya.
Well, I think this is a storyline we'll
Doesn't
have to
sound like I
leave.
can do that easily.
Yeah, I think this is a storyline we'll have to leave unresolved or, lurking in the background. We're going to take a short break. We're going to say goodbye to Vea and Hrun. Also, hello to Hrun and goodbye to Hrun. This was a very short-lived thing. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back.
Hello and goodbye in Orcish.
And then we'll be back in a few minutes with the surviving party members. So see you on the... Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Voyages of Dusk and Dawn. It is dusk for 2 of our characters, but that means there are new bright horizons waiting for us to sail towards. As the party slips away and disappears into the fog, what's the conversation on the boat?
Oh, Captain, this is terrible. We left them there, and they're gonna, they're not even gonna kill them. They're gonna torture them, and they're gonna tell them that they're gonna say everything about us and where we're going, and the stone and the ship, and who you are.
Why is there a paladin and a wizard in this backwater island that was supposed to be uninhabited? What happened, Theodore?
The White Prince, he must be more powerful than we thought. Maybe with since the other fleets went away, he's just expanded his reach. I think we should leave, Captain. We should get out of here.
Yes, we should.
Maybe go back to Drekus. It'll be safe there, right?
That would be a good place to lick our wounds, and we have a lot of treasure to deliver there too.
Oh, but we lost the items that Vaya had. That glaive, that must have been so powerful.
It did. It is truly a shame, but our lives are what are most important, and of course the stone.
And we need to resupply.
Yes.
Well, what do we have on the ship?
I mean, we have enough rations
You
to
have enough?
last our
Okay.
journey.
Okay. Oh,
I don't
okay.
even want to rest up and heal at that default island mirror. Let's just book it to Drekis.
Book it home. Okay. It'll take some time to sail back to Drekis, but you can do it.
Neal, I want to pray to... Who's appropriate to pray to? Matrigal, maybe?
Goddess of Hope?
Yeah, please, Matrigal, guide us safely to Drekis and away from the White Prince's claws.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's a long voyage. I'm going to need someone to roll me some dice because your prayers may be answered and your prayers may be ignored, or they may even anger someone out there. Vincent Mapper, buddy old pal.
Mm-hmm.
D100, the first possible danger that you could encounter.
Okay.
Is that a 16?
Sure is.
Oh boy. You're sailing in the fog, which is a curse and a blessing. You can't see anything, nothing can see you. It's hard to know where you're going, but people can't follow you. And eventually, you do break free of the fog, moving against the current, not against the current, but tilting slightly outward as you spiral out of the Dardanelles. Only you see something in the distance when the fog clears. It's far, far away, but there's not much else on the open ocean to see. But a griffin in the sky.
Oh no.
At a good range, probably a mile or so. Well outside of spell range, well outside of attack range, but definitely within vision range. Vision which goes both ways. And the griffin does seem to, when you come out of the fog and notice you, change its course slightly to, come up, not beside you, but in your general direction, and sort of weaves back and forth, taking a serpentine pattern to slow its movement to match that of your vessel so that it can sit behind you and follow you. Now, griffins.
Is this the short distance right after we just left the fog? Is my fly spell still active?
This
are
is
we talking about?
Probably 2 days later.
Okay, then I will re-prepare some spells.
Yeah. Now, griffins are winged creatures. Winged creatures can't fly forever, especially when, you've got a person on your back. Horses can run quite well, but when you got a horse with a knight on it, that horse gets tired much more quickly. The griffin does not land to attack you, but it does follow you for about an hour or so before it peels off and heads somewhere with some expediency. Enough expediency that it does, descend as it heads towards an horizon somewhere. You've clearly been spotted, and someone is reporting it to somebody. Next set of dangers. Vincent, please roll me a D100. $43. Well, now it is 2 days later. You're still on your way to the outer ring. By now, you've had some time to rest and recuperate. Each of you can take home, let's see, for Wexland. I think the XP total, there were the orcs, there was exploring everything, there was finding the I forgot the finding of the magic stuff over there. We didn't do any XP for Wexland yet, right?
Correct.
No, I'm
Last
missing
was when
the...
we left Monshare.
Right. I'm missing the Gelf XP. I was really hoping we'd fight the Gelf again. Right. Okay. So that should actually be another... So for everything on Wexland and everything in the Midlands, divided by 2, you can each take home 2,750 experience.
What was that number again?
2,750.
Cool.
Yeah. It's a good thing you didn't try and hold person that the paladin. Just did a ring of free action that instantly negates hold person. All right. Anyway, on this next day, you come across something. Theodore, where are you from? Remind me again.
I'm from the Dardanelles. We didn't name a specific island, but somewhere on the outer ring.
Right. We are going to come across a thing that you have heard of before. Where is my notes on this? In the deep archives.
Do I get to gain 3 HP per day? 2 days? 3 days?
3 days at 3 HP, yes.
Alright.
You come across one of these, like, they're like a barge, but they're like a fortified barge. They're called like an outpost, or sometimes they are called a floating base. They're essentially, just a big barge, not aerodynamic, not hydrodynamic, sort of flat, large, little walls built up on them, essentially like little floating islands that have places for people to row, so you can sort of ever so slightly give them direction, but they don't move very well. They sort of just go with the current wherever the current takes them, and people will occasionally raise sails or use oars to kind of give them enough momentum so that they don't get sucked in. They tend to sit between the rings and have functioned in the past as like way stations or supply hubs for vessels that might get lost. In years and decades past, there were more of them. Fewer of them exist now. And this appears to be a large outpost. However, it appears to be in tatters. The sails are up, but ripped apart. The flag that it used to fly is long gone, but the flagpole is still there. There are walls around it, like a fortress might have, wooden walls. It's all made out of wood. But you don't see anybody manning it at all. And off the back of it, you can see a chain stuck at an angle, as if the chain is attached to something on the sea floor, holding it in place as it gets pulled in the direction of the current.
And are these neutral vessels, or are these like the White Prince's roosts? Or
They were
like that?
typically created and manned by the White Prince, but this one appears to maybe be abandoned.
Yeah, I point this out to Vincent and explain it. Looks like something went wrong. They had to abandon this vessel. Do you want to check it out, or should we can just keep going? I don't imagine there's much left.
Yeah, during these days I've been mainly taking bed rest. I get up onto the ship deck and I take a look at it to see if there are signs of battle.
Yeah. Some of those boards look like they've been damaged. One of them is sort of broken out on the side as if it's taken a mace hit or something like that. It definitely looks like there has been a battle here that it has not been repaired from.
Yeah, it's probably been looted and picked over already. Nothing for us here, I'm sure. Let's just continue on our way.
Okay, excellent. Give me one more D100. The party enters another fog bank as you approach the outer rim. The fog bank will last 3 days. Well, 3 days into the fog bank, the party comes across a vessel, a large ship. Again, tattered sails, tattered mast, broken crossbeams, little scorch marks along the wood, but not enough to have had the ship burned. Its rudder seems to sort of wave back and forth. It's not anchored to anything. There are tons of portholes along the side with glass in them and brass fixing. The glass seems to be quite intact. The ship is large. It's very large. It's like a galleon. It's like multiple stories tall. There's large building on it that could hold people or whatnot. Netting and ropes come up the sides. And this seemingly empty ship with not a soul on board. There's a little bell in the very front of it that doesn't seem to ring. The winds in the fog bank are quiet.
How old does it look? Is this like, a few decades old or like centuries old?
Well, if it was centuries old and it was abandoned, it must have been swept into the inner section by now because it's not under any source of propulsion. So it can't be that old, but it does look pretty rotten. The sails are tattered, but they have that like damp quality of being in the fog for too long, like there's mold growing on them. The sides of the ship, as it sort of ever so slightly tilts back and forth, you can see like barnacles crusted on the bottom. And anyone who's maintaining a ship is going to scrape those barnacles off to give it as much forward propulsion as possible. It looks like an older design. It's definitely a grand design, and it's definitely made exceedingly well. Like lots of brass fittings, actual glass for windows here and there. Yeah.
Look closer. This, looks like a good vessel.
It
Might
does.
be something on board.
Strange that it was abandoned. There's still glass on it, right? So it couldn't have come under that much stress.
Mm-hmm. The glass is, fogged over. Ship's hulls look thick, heavy boards.
Let's take a look. We can pull up to it and... Let's see, I imagine our ship is much lower than it.
Significantly, but there's netting on the sides that hits the bottom of the water, and you can see the netting is old. The netting, as you get real close to it, is real old. Like, we're talking, ropes that should be maybe wrist size across, but they're fraying all over the place. They've got little creatures, tiny little creatures crawling throughout them. They feel like they must still be attached somewhere on the bottom of the ship, so because they're still hanging against it, but it feels like when you're this close, it feels really old. It feels like the ship must have been floating out here for decades.
Wow.
Yep,
Yeah, should we try
tie
and climb
our-
it, Captain?
Yeah, let's tie our rope onto the ropes off of that boat. And let's board. As Theodore sets up that process, I'll do the 10-minute cast of strength on him.
Mm-hmm. We start casting
D8.
strength
Oh, good.
as you fasten your ship to its side. Strength is a long spell. Vincent's standing there chanting, getting a few hairs, and moving them around you. Theodore, you've received the spell many times. Give me a perception check, Theodore.
15.
The strength spell finishes.
Okay. I'm rolling a 1d8 now. Tell me.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be.
Ooh,
Okay, roll a 1.
not
Classic.
a great, but you know, better than nothing. Actually, 13 to 14 is it is a little change. That's a little change.
Yeah, it does do something.
Who's the first one up the net?
I assume me. I put my shield on my back
Mm-hmm.
and put my sword at my scabbard. And I start climbing. I should just go up, right, Captain? You ready?
Yes,
As you approach the top of the nets, you're immediately noticing corpses, just a handful of corpses on the ship's deck. And standing over the corpses, looking in your direction as if it's anticipating you, stands a 6 foot and change tall knight in plate mail with a 2-handed sword. And where its face should be is not but a skull with burning red eyes. A loincloth drapes down from its waist. Skulls embroidered across its loincloth. The plate mail has little scale mail sections for a skirt. It has the sword in one hand, and as your head peeks up over the ridge, the eyes like burn slightly brighter, and it slowly begins to bring its hands together.
I muttered to myself,
Initiative.
you
Yeah.
are really bad luck today. This week.
I just want to say this is the end of the campaign.
Roll me initiative.
How high up am I now?
You've just peeked your head over the top, so you know.
But how high am I from the ship below? Okay, so I'm running away now.
If you were to
obviously.
jump off of this and onto the deck below, you would not take falling damage. If that's, I think that's
Okay.
what you're getting at.
That's exactly what I want to do.
Okay.
So I'm guess. I don't have a token, but I roll a 10 on initiative.
Okay.
Neal, I have folklore. I know what this is, right?
I think everyone in their heart of hearts has heard stories and legends and tales of Death Knights. The sort of boogeyman that we don't, that we tell to our kids. Behave, or the gods will turn you into a Death Knight when you're old, when you die. It's the sort of things that you never really, they must exist on some level. Ooh. They roll an 18 for initiative.
Oh, thank God.
Literally.
I remember when we were up against a potential vampire. I asked about how powerful vampires were.
Mm-hmm.
I'm unfamiliar with this world's monsters, so
Of course, yeah.
are Death Knights on the same length as vampires?
No, they're
way
higher. Yeah.
He
Yeah.
can cast Fireball at 20th level.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Death Knights
That's bad.
are like the ultimate curse. When someone who was supposed to be a good person in life, when someone who was supposed to be trusted with an important task has instead abandoned that cause or even used it to self-gain, when someone has broken their holy oath, someone, not just an ordinary person, but someone of power and respect, they have historically, occasionally, rarely been cursed by the gods and turned into a Death Knight, a creature of abominable evil. Their punishment is a hellish existence that twists and tortures their soul for all time, turning them into, the monster that they really were in their hearts, but that they were pretending not to be. Now they must embrace their true nature. A horrible, awful being. But it sounds like you both can beat an 18 on initiative.
I scream at Erickson, Death Knight, run!
Yeah. Neal, this is gonna be a bit of history. Do you remember some character called Mouse for Winter?
I do.
What is that? Is that a Death Knight related thing?
No. That's either like a necromancer or a weird wizard or maybe a vampire or maybe some like mid-level undead creature. That's a scary but reasonable person. You know, that's still some level of humanity. That, you know, he had a face, he had flesh. As Theodore drops into the boat, he can tell you, you know, bones for face, burning eyes of flame for eyes. This is not a creature with which one can reason.
Very good. I'm starting to get the picture of this. I'll cast fly.
How quickly can I doff my armor?
Is it chain?
Yeah, it's metal, 2 rounds.
But chain mail, I do
that's to
believe,
doff.
is 1 round. No?
Sorry, I'm just reading. I think I was reading the wrong one. Yeah, removing is a much quicker matter. Most can be shed in a single round. Piece armor requires. Yeah, that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
You can
single
take
round.
chains. So what, you drop into the boat and take off your armor?
I wanna.
Or
Tell me if I can do all this in a round. I wanna just let go of the ropes, fall into the boat, throw my shield to the side, take off my armor, and just dive underwater.
If you wish to abandon your boat, you can drop to the deck, take off your gear, and jump into the water. But I don't know if that is you're going to survive. Like, let's say that your boat is gone. You can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want, but yeah, you can totally do that, buddy. You can totally do that.
I guess. I don't know. I feel like I'm dead no matter what. I'm just thinking if there's a single thing I could possibly do that would let me survive. I know. Maybe I'm taking too long. But this is like probably the end of the campaign if I don't think of something. Okay, I guess I just hide in the boat and hope that it doesn't see me and or attacks Vincent.
Okay.
Which isn't great. And it's not a cool way to go, but that's what we're doing.
All right, you drop into the boat. You leave your armor on, but you just go hide under the deck?
Yep.
All right, Vincent, you hear the shout of Death Knight. You immediately cast Fly on yourself. What do you do?
I think after casting fly, I'm not able to move that far, but I'll just start flying off the rope that we were climbing a little bit.
You fly out. The Death Knight, slow and lumbering in its plate armor, walks to the edge of the boat. It has its greatsword in both hands. It looks down the boat. It looks out to where Vincent is flying off the edge of the boat. It holds its greatsword in both hands over the railing. And it just stares at you, Vincent, with its burning eyes, holding its sword. Initiative.
Total defense.
Within the boat, total defense.
Well, actually, I just realized we might have a saving grace. It might be that it can't leave the boat.
But we have knowledge that it can just hurl out fireballs, right?
They are
Yes.
said to be able to throw out fireballs. They are said to be able to just point at you and kill you with their pointing and words. They're said to be able to resist magic, and just magic bounces off of them. They wield swords with strength, 18-100 strength in theory, or the strength of a giant, or, there's a lot of stories around them. They're said to have better than plate mail for armor, and if they have their shields, even better. Sometimes their stories have said that their life, when they hit you with the sword, they suck the life out of you and give it back to them. And if they kill enough people, they can regain their humanity somehow. There are a lot of stories about these creatures. Who knows which ones are true and which ones are not true?
I see.
Oh, okay. It can't do that. It can do that. So that is... Initiative 3. Excellent. The Death Knight goes first. It points its finger at Vincent flying in the sky.
Oh my god.
It speaks a few words, and it casts Dispel Magic at you as you fly. All of the spells function at the 20th level of ability. Cool. So 1d20. I think it needs anything but a 1 to dispel your magic because you're like less than 10th level. You maintain your fly spell. Vincent, you are flying. You can only fly. Last round, you could move 5 feet, right? So you flew 5 feet off of the netting, which puts you directly above the boat. You have your full movement. It's foggy out. You could probably fly out into the fog bank and lose sight of this creature if you wanted to. Although I don't know if you'd ever be able to find your boat again, because once you lose sight of something in the fog, it can be very hard to have your bearings once again.
All right. Well, I will fly to the other side of our boat and dip behind the hull of it so that I can't see the Death Knight and can't see me.
Okay.
As I fly out, I'll just shout out, "Whoops! We seem to have come to the wrong place. Sorry about that."
Theodore.
I took total defense.
All right. I gotta find this spell that I haven't used ever. Where is it? Please roll initiative while I find and read this random spell. Ah, here it is.
If I get to the wheel of the ship, am I going to be... Yeah, I assume it'll be able to see me.
Oh, absolutely. You'd be on the deck. Excellent. It rolls initiative. 14. Vincent and Theodore. I think Theodore is moving to the wheel, or no?
So, in the ship, we have a bunch of equipment. I want to hastily fashion like something that will just block line of sight to this creature. So,
like a shield?
Yeah, like a shield. I cobbled together with some rope. Like I want a shield, and then like perpendicular. I know something like a shovel, and I drape a blanket over it. So I just try and get something that will cover.
Do you want the cardboard
as much
box
as
to defeat
possible.
the AI creature? Yes, I understand.
I mean, I
Marine.
don't understand how this, but I realize it's undead, and maybe you know, if the undead can't, like, it didn't attack me yet, so I assume if it can't see me, maybe it won't attack me. So I want to just have that above my head as I walk to I run to the steering wheel and try and like get the ship moving away from this thing.
So it's a small boat on the inside. What is in there? You could dump out a barrel of water and just like flood the ship with water and then hide inside the barrel? But then how would you steer the ship from within the barrel?
I just want, like, I guess I'm just looking for something that's like big and flat that I can use to cover my head. As it looks down, it will just see the shield.
So it's just a
and, like,
shield
a
will
blanket
do.
draped over it.
Shield
Like,
with a blanket drooping over it. Okay, because you can hold a
that's what
shield
I'm
with one
imagining.
hand, but if you have something at like a perpendicular angle it probably will take 2 hands to hold, and you'll need a hand to steal the ship.
I guess we've got rope, so I was imagining I could quickly tie something. But if that
Do you have
will
rope
take
use?
too long, then I'll. No, I don't. So maybe I just have a shield. I drape a blanket over it, so it kind of falls
Drapes
over my
all the way down.
shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
And then I try and head up to the wheel and
Okay.
get the ship moving.
Vincent.
Taking no particular action other than hiding from this Death Knight behind the ship.
Excellent. The creature, neither of you are looking at it. You hear this raspy voice, 2 octaves too deep for any normal man, speak words in an ancient language. Some of the words, Vincent, sound like magic words, but like old magic words from a time long, long ago. And then, since you can't see it, you don't see what happens. But neither of you are affected in the moment, so that's great. Theodore, you get to the steering wheel, and then you realize you've tied yourself. Boat. The boat was tied to the ropes attached to the other boat.
Yes, I go. I take my sword. Can I go and cut the ropes? Still,
You're gonna
trying
have to
keep the shield above my head.
Yeah, you can. What is the appropriate check to kind of know where the Death Knight is and to keep your everything in between it without succumbing to the temptation to take a peek while still being I think it's a wisdom check, Theodore. Give me a wisdom check.
I think it's no check. It's a decision to not look at the Death Knight.
But, if you got to get to the edge of the boat and raise everything high enough to make sure that it's not seeing you, but you can still see what's happening over here. No, you don't think there's a check involved? You never have that, I really shouldn't look, but, I really want to look? No? That's not a thing? Maybe not.
It's pretty high stakes.
Okay. All right. You can make your way over to the edge of the boat. Slash at the ropes that connect you to the vessel. And as they're cut, the 2 vessels sort of bob together, bump into each other. And after they bump into each other, they slowly begin to bump away as you make your way back to the helm. The creature does not leave its vessel. It does not come down and strike you. It does not throw a fireball at you. You can't see it. You don't know what it's doing. You're trying to avoid all contact with it. As your boat pulls away, you hope, from the other vessel. You're trying not to look, so you just throw the wheel to the left and hope it all works out. At what point in time do you look up to check to make sure that you are moving away from the vessel and that you are not coming still with it, or it hasn't turned course to be right next to you? At what point do you start looking for evidence of your success?
Can I hear it now? Is it? You said it's wearing plate, heavy plate mail. If it's walking around, I assume I'd be able to hear it.
You don't hear it walking around. You haven't heard it walking around since it came to the edge of the vessel, and you heard it cast 2 spells, and then you haven't heard it since. But you're right. The boat creaks when it rocks back and forth in the water. Give me a perception check.
13.
Your heart is racing. You can hear it pounding in your ears. Your own vessel is creaking. The shield and the cloak that's dangling off of it are sort of shaking in your hand. It occasionally bumps against something. I think despite the stillness of the fog, the noise of your own terror is making it hard to differentiate between the creaking of your vessel and the creaking of the other vessel. You can't be sure what this creaking sound is coming from. Same thing from you, Vincent. Give me a perception check. Can you?
For me, I'm as the ship is turning, I try to remain hidden, but I might get a glimpse of the bottom of the galleon.
You want to try and maybe
let's see.
just peer at the backside of it somewhere?
Yeah, just to make sure we're running away from a galleon.
Yeah, yeah. You try and get a good look at it. The ship you're on moves back and forth ever so slightly. And as you're trying to get an edge, the ship tilts one way and then it tilts the other. And the other ship comes into view. You're just trying to view the back of it, but you're farther enough away. And the ship that you're on tilts just enough to change your viewpoint that you see a little more of it than you may have intended. And emblazoned upon the side of the vessel is a large, glowing, arcane symbol. A symbol creates magical runes affecting creatures who pass over, touch, or read the runes, or pass through a portal upon which the symbol is inscribed. You see the arcane runes. You are a wizard. I think you do read them. I need you to make me a... I think I need you to make me a saving throw versus spell.
Thanks. Okay.
Symbol of pain. All creatures are affected with racking pains shooting through their bodies, causing a -2 penalty to dexterity and a -4 penalty to attack rolls for the next 2d10 turns. You see the ship, you see the glowing rune upon it, and your body is racked with incredible pains. Your dex weakens, your hands tremble. You struggle to, you're flying and kind of holding on, so you're fine. You're not going to fall into the water or anything like that. But up and down your body is not but pain. Yet the galleon disappears slowly into the fog as you pull away. Why?
Urgh.
Why have you escaped this horrible creature?
Well, I fly myself onto the deck and collapse. Theodore, we are so lucky.
Why didn't it kill us?
I don't know.
Maybe it was bound to protect that vessel. So as long as you went away, it was fine.
Maybe. Let's get the hell out of here.
It's gone right. I can look.
Yeah.
Okay. I drop the shield in the blanket.
The party sails away safely, exiting the fog 2 days later. Can I get one more D100 from you, Vincent? You keep coming up with the good rolls on these D100s. And I've got one more maybe encounter for you. Ugh. It's fine. You're free and clear. There's some rain. There's some winds. Your ship rocks back and forth. You got to take cover inside. But that ain't nothing compared to the horrors you have recently faced.
Why is there a Death Knight randomly sailing around here?
Great question.
There are many mysteries in this world. Hopefully, we won't learn answers to all of them. You make it to the Outer Rim. You sail round and you make your way back to Drekis. It's a long journey. It's a safe journey. There are no other vessels in the nearby area. You maybe catch sight of one large ship, looking maybe something like a merchant ship, heading away from Drekis, but it's, on the edge of the horizon. If you want, you can go and try and make contact with it.
Is it too difficult to tell whether or not it's going towards where we came from?
It is generally headed in the direction of the Dardanelles, but at this point, you're hundreds of miles away, so its exact location is uncertain. This is the route you would take to get to the Dardanelles, or to Ferodia, or to Solemn, or to Farandal, or pretty much anywhere in the world. They could just be a neutral person. They might be a ship of the Rossi Empire in disguise. They could be a ship of the Drakisian Empire without its flags flying. They could be pirates.
Oh, I see. doesn't have any flags flying right now.
Not flying any flags.
Can it see us?
Yeah, vision's a two-way street.
No. Well, we'll just keep sailing on. Don't really have any reason to.
Great. Excellent. We're going to give you some XP for surviving this voyage back home. The Griffin was easy, minor encounter. The Death Knight survival is absolutely worth some experience. The barge you opted not to get involved in, which was a good decision. Well done. And then the other ship we don't give any XP for. So 1,300 divided by 2 is what? 650 experience each. All right, party. You make it home. You make it back to Arcadia. You make it back to a land of sanity and peace, away from the horrors of the Dardanelles.
I'll go through the usual, send a messenger over to my employer.
Yeah.
To let him know that I'll be approaching the dock with the goods.
Excellent. As usual, you will be met on the docks by a scout, a guard, an officer of the trade company who will pat you on the shoulder, ask you how you've been, what's going on, all is well, welcome home. And you can be brought into the city where you can rest and recuperate for as long as you would like. You know,
Ooh, fantastic.
life here in Drekis is a mite bit easier. People are just walking around. There's no paladins with ESP. There's no Death Knights. There's no Griffin Riders hunting you. There's no 18-96 strength orcs or whatever they are. It's just regular folks trading goods here and there, having a good time.
Well, this is nice. Theodore, do you have any ideas for our next move? I believe we should head towards Ferodia.
Yeah, I think steering clear of the Dardanelles for now sounds very wise.
Yes, and by Ferodia, I think I meant Ferendal. Are the two very closely associated with each other?
Their names are sort of like Rome and Romania. Like they're both derivative of Ferris and the Ferran Empire, but they're not necessarily close to each other, much like Rome and Romania. Ferendal is further away. Ferodia is closer. Ferodia is known to be occupied by the armies of Rossi. Ferendal, it's an old name for an area which is now called the Great Bay of Solemn, and you don't really know much about it. It's pretty far south, so it might be well beyond the reach of the Rossi Empire right now, or they might have reached it. You're not sure. It's sort of a big question mark.
Does Lord Marshall know?
Well, that's a great
I feel
question.
like he probably would know.
Yeah.
Yes. He was the one who told us about some ancient chambers in Ferodia.
Excellent. Well, let's go talk to Lord Richard Marshall. Let's go have a nice, cozy meeting. Where is it? Here's our cozy meeting soundtrack. Excellent. You will find Lord Marshall in his office above one of his warehouses. By the time you're entering into his room, he's put down all of his notes and pens, but you can hear the sounds of the warehouse below, barrels rolling in and out, carts carrying big old boxes, the neighing of horses hauling goods around. He sets his work down. He looks at you. His face has more wrinkles and lines on it. He's wearing, a hat to cover his now starting to thin hair. Vincent, my boy, it's good to see you. How goes it?
We had a excellent expedition. I handed Theodore, let me see, 10 of the cloaks of Elvenkind that he'll probably just carry in and unbundle. I gesture at Theodore, carrying a huge bundle of cloaks.
I set them down on the table in front of Lord Marshall.
Oh, these are splendid. What material is this? What are these?
They are cloaks of Elvenkind that we managed to get from an armory over that hasn't been picked over yet.
Excellent, excellent. Good job. He reaches out and shakes your hand. Fine works. And how's our vessel? How's our boat? Is it still intact?
Still well and intact.
Ah, good job. What else have you brought me?
We have some other stuff that was too heavy to carry in, but some other treasures here and there. I talked about this with Theodore beforehand. We don't have any use for this plate mail tower shield, or are you using it?
You can. I can't wear the plate mail, but I'd need the shield.
Yes, the plate mail. Okay, and the short swords that also have the emblem of the tower.
Ooh.
You're not using those, right?
Correct.
Amazing. Magic plate mail. Excellent job. Short
Yes,
swords. Lovely, lovely. Have you come across any writings, any knowledge of the ancient world? I'm very curious about what caused the downfall of the Farron Empire. I want to make sure that we don't walk down its same path. Have you learned anything about that?
I have learned at least two very fascinating lanes of history. I assume Lord Marshall has used the memory stone before.
He has not.
Is that right?
Not to the best of your knowledge.
Do you wish to see it, Lord Marshall? I gesture with holding out the necklace.
If you don't mind, some people get nervous in small spaces. Other people are afraid of cats. I have some amount of phobia around magic affecting me. It's beyond my control, if you understand me.
I found an area with 7 obelisks containing the long history of the Darden Empire and the 7 wizards that controlled the 7 towers.
Really?
Yes, the
Wonderful.
7 towers of Ferris.
And did they say why it fell? Why it fell apart? Why such a magnificent, worldwide spanning, magically empowered empire crumbled?
It did not. It doesn't appear it crumbled because the towers, they still remain active to this day, right? I think back on the towers and the scribblings, the date is still to this day?
Yeah, like they stopped recording some of the towers at a certain point, but the one in the Dardennes, it was recorded up to very recently. Yeah.
Okay. The other 6 were not recorded on? Is that
Yeah,
right?
they were sort of recorded up into a certain point, and then the records seemed to stop. As if they had lost contact, or as if whoever was making these records stopped writing them for some reason. Or maybe the other ones were just destroyed, but they didn't say ruined. They just stopped recording master names.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll relay that. Perhaps the Empire never truly fell, it just fractured.
Fascinating. Fractured. I know it ended up... But, I'm sure you understand what you're doing. I have a million questions I could ask you, but you deserve some rest. Is there anything else you need for your journey? Any other supplies I can get you? I see you've let your other hirelings go. Do you need reinforcements?
Yes, we were planning to journey to one of the leads that you had given us, to the Ferodia Ancient Chambers in Farandal.
Farandal. Oh, the Great Bay of Solomon. He goes over to a desk drawer and starts to flip through maps.
Yes, as he's doing so, I'll relay the what we learned that the great wizard Ferris was spotted there, and there may be some of his ancient treasures there.
Well, when you say spotted there, what does that mean?
Uh,
I mean, obviously he helped build it, so what does
Yes.
spotted mean?
He had revisited that area in one of my memories.
Do you have an idea of what timeline that is in? Was that last year? Was that 1,000 years ago?
Oh, thousands of years ago.
Oh. After he vanished from the face of the earth, or can you place that memory?
Before.
Before. He was spotted in a place named after him before he left. Great job, Vincent.
Ah, yes.
I think this is the right map. He dusts off a map. Oh god, this is gonna have to be a big one. What? Oh. It's too big file size. Okay, we need to compress this.
I'll idly mention that the Ferris Empire was responsible for creating this whirlpool in the Dardanelles.
Really? Do you know anything about it? What it does? Where it goes?
Not much, but apparently a very long time ago they summoned some great horrible monster from it.
Something came out of it. Please be below 10 megs. Ugh. I might have to chop this up into smaller maps. And I'm going to bring you to... as soon as it's uploaded.
We encountered a Death Knight. I casually dropped.
He laughs like he doesn't believe you. Of course you did. Here we go. The Great Bay of Solemn. He will point over here on the map. This is Valis. It is as far as I know, has been and should continue to be the capital of the area. Maybe not the capital, but one of the major seats of power. And somewhere out here, he points to a marshland, south of the Hall of Heroes and north of Karoha, should be one of the ruined towers of the Farron Empire, one of the old wizard towers. Let's see. He scours across the map. There's a lot here. I've had some friends of mine who have visited the place, but none of my shipping companies have made their way out there yet. He gestures down to the southwest, where there's just this massive sprawling jungle. And he says, as far as I know, this area down here is unexplored or completely wild, filled with monsters. Long ago, this whole bay used to be one solid landmass, and he draws a little line. Something like this, or something like, that. It went out further. I'm not sure exactly how it looked in ages past, but it was all inland. Or maybe this was a big marsh. I'm not certain. But the bay is new. Relatively new. I mean, Age of Iron new. And there's a large desert and grasslands to the north, which separate this from the rest of the Vosi Empire. At last communications, the Vosi Empire had not made it here. The desert, I think, and plains and grasslands and mountains are too impassable, and their ships have come west towards us rather than south towards this area.
Okay. I don't want to ask Marshall any super dumb question. So, do I know if people live in Velos and what kind of people live in there?
They're probably humans, the way that he's talking about it. Humans tend to be, in this age, the most dominant species by quite a lot. They're the ones that build... Humans have short lifespans, and they have many children. And so humans populate and breed and spread rather quickly. Dwarves and elves live hundreds or thousands of years, but they have small families. And so over a period of like 300 years, you might produce 3 dwarves. Whereas with humans, you produce like 3 humans every 30 years, and then those 3 produce 3, and so the humans have this, incredible spread, which has caused some tension between humans and the non-human races.
Okay, great. It sounds like this isn't too ignorant a question. Then I'll ask about the area. What kind of empire is this? What kind of peoples live here?
No empires, a series of small kingdoms scattered throughout. The kingdom around Valis is the largest, most prosperous one, the closest thing to a capital in the area. I'll ask one of my scribes to dig up some information, and I'll see if I can't get you some other maps that show what I know to be happening in there. I think there are some fortress towns along the coast, he says. And this mountain range over here. He taps this mountain range, and as he does so, you have a memory. A memory that you've actually had before, but it comes to mind. You are Renee. Arini. You are standing before an old body in a coffin, holding your husband's hand. And you say, she surely was one of the finest. And your husband, Kip, thinking ends? Everything ends? Oh, so he sighs and he looks to you with great sadness in his heart. Because they're sharing the ring. It's being passed back and forth. The singing around the funeral ends, and he looks to Renee with great sadness in his heart and fear in Renee's. It won't be long now until we two are in the ground. And then there's like a wall sliding back into place, cutting off a shortcut into a tomb. I don't even remember this memory from before.
Yeah. I remember this.
Familiar.
Man, my handwriting is bad. I remembered what all this said when I wrote it. Now it's been months.
It's probably transcribed on the wiki.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try and find it.
A new long hallway wraps around the area. Kip thinks they are the last people who will walk down to it. I gotta find I can't just guess at what this is saying.
Wrote very shorthand. Big treasure Helva, Ferndale Island.
That's about the gist of it right now.
Yeah. During one of Homley's memories, the Helva is memory. The memory. Bodies. Let's see. It's from the perspective of the elderly Renee Softwater, standing beside her husband before the body laid in a coffin. The body's adorned with splendid robes, beautiful crown, earrings, rings of many sizes across every finger, a staff laid at her side, and exquisite sandals upon her feet. Renee says she was surely the finest. The memory shifts to her husband's perspective as he remarks, "It won't be long now until we two are in the ground." As they leave the chamber, a stone seals the entrance behind them, and Kip reflects on the many eternal dangers awaiting those who may walk the halls one day. The couple exits onto a platform carved into the mountainside overlooking a valley. This valley right here is the valley that you are overlooking from that perspective. Behind you, the entrance becomes an illusory stone wall concealed by a waterfall. You step onto a carpet that rises and carries you away. As they depart, Kip thinks that their own affairs should be so carefully arranged so as not to repeat the mistakes Helva made by leaving those around her in an awkward situation. Yes. That tomb at least back when it was created, was right here at the base of these mountains, or I guess in those mountains.
Okay.
Near a place marked
ping
Slidren
this bottle lot.
Falls.
I'm going to write a vague X there.
Right. Excellent. Okay.
That seems like a good lead. Thank you, Marshall. We will investigate that area.
And he also marked right here, somewhere in here is where the tower, a tower of Ferris's empire used to be, or was, or still is. Sounds like it still stands, but sounds like it is, you know, it exists, but it is a was rather than an is, if that makes sense.
All right. When we were looking at 7 towers of something, I think I asked this. The towers did not have a particular school attached to them. They were just towers.
Right. Each tower was like an instructional place, and so you would have a master of each school within the tower itself.
Did they generally have labels on them? Like, was it just called the Dardennes the Tower of Dardennes, or?
Excellent question. Now we're getting there. They were referred to as the Tower at Valesburg, the Tower at Zabnar, the Tower at Farandal, the Tower at the Dardennes. So they were geographically located rather than like, you know, Tulwick Tower or something like that. I guess you could call it Dardennes Tower if you wanted, but they were associated with the local names. You remember, or you have written down, that the tower at Farandal started with was run by a half-elf transmuter named Reyna, which you just heard that name in the last memory you had where Celestria, Starlight, Divina said she got message from Reyna. So Reyna is the original owner or operator of that tower.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Does it, looking back at the memory, was Reyna sent to the Dardennes to look at the armories? Did I get the context of where these armories were?
No, Reyna wasn't sent to the Dardennes. It was Starlight or Celestria who was going to go look at the ones in the Dardennes herself. She was just communicating with Reyna and asked Reyna if the ones in Farandal had been looted, and she said they hadn't been. At least this was 200 years after the Great War, so a long time ago. Anything could have happened between now and then, but at least by the point that this had happened, they had not been looted, although it sounds like the ones in the Dardennes had by that point in time.
I see. Well, we have an excellent lead, and I ask Marshall to rustle us up some good men and women to go on this expedition.
Okay. Well, that's going to be it for today's session. We will rustle up some new players, and we will come back in a few weeks with some more Voyages of Dusk and Dawn. That's it, everybody. Thanks for surviving, and we'll catch you next time.